Well, my name is Elder Tanza Baker. I'm 35 years old of Trenton, New Jersey. And what I do is I'm a praise and worship leader. I'm also a musician. I'm a minister of music. I do quite a few things. And what inspires me the most is God Himself.
What has been that main issue, that main struggle that you've been dealing with?
Well, about when I was 25 years old, I had a stroke. I was 9 months expecting with my son. I have only one child. And I was 9 months expecting, and the day before I gave birth to my son, I ended up having a stroke, which left me completely paralyzed on my right side of my body. Left me to a point where I was actually depressed, discouraged, and felt like I just lost life, pretty much. And I could not believe that, giving birth to a child would cause so much pain or cause so much, I just couldn't believe having my first child, I would go through so much. However, after I gave birth to my child, I became into a great depression. I was completely paralyzed on my right side of my face. And currently now I am paralyzed on the right side of my face, and I was completely paralyzed on the right side of my body. I went through a wheelchair, walker cane, push walker. I went through all the steps, 3 years of physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy. And be honest, when everything first happened, I wanted to give up. I wanted to quit. Until the day they came and they brought my baby in the room, which was the next day. They took my right arm and they propped it up on me. And they took my baby and laid him in my arms. And I couldn't do nothing but cry. I couldn't change his first diaper because I was completely paralyzed. My arm wouldn't be able to move, and my leg, I couldn't move, I couldn't walk, and my face, my lips were twisted way around here. It was a lot that was going through my mind. But I will never forget that moment when I looked down at my baby's face and saw nothing but lips and hair and those little eyes. And I knew from that moment on that I was the best thing that ever happened to him, and he was the best thing that ever happened to me. So I knew I had to fight. But you know what? I still had faith in God. I believed beyond the struggle that I was no longer a victim, but I was victorious.
Right.
And I had to find that deep woman within inside of me to fight harder than ever before.
Yes. Wow. I'm blown away. I know we did talk, but just to hear it again and hear, a little bit more specific details, it's very powerful to hear that.
Sometimes we think we at our max. And sometimes you don't even know how far you can go until you get into the deepest depth.
Right.
You don't know how far you can come up until you go through the hardest trial and tribulation. My mama, she pushed me to my place. So I want to say thank you to her, even though she's in glory.
What were you feeling during those moments where, you felt like, I'm sure there were moments that you felt that you couldn't push anymore, you couldn't do it anymore, and you just felt like you wanted to give up. What was it? What was a thought, or what was some action that made you fight? Like, what specifically was it that said, you know what, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep going?
What was it? I'll tell you again, it was my son. Because I knew without me, there would be no him.
Right.
And we as mothers, anybody out there that's a mother, you know that times get really, really hard. If it's paying a bill, if it's actually just getting up to go to work and getting your kids school clothes and cooking and cleaning and all the hats that we wear on a daily basis. And I knew at the time that he didn't have his father.
Right.
So now everything is on mama. So mama, now you got to fight to come through physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy. And not only that, but you got to dress, clothe, feed, raise. And it was a lot of pressure. But every day, and I look in that little boy's eyes, and I see him getting bigger and bigger. That made me fight more and more and more.
That is an amazing strength, and these are the type of things that we want to show people, that no matter how many obstacles come across your way, if you dig down, regardless of whether you have faith or not, but if you dig down into yourself and find that one thing and focus on that, that will definitely get you through. And that's what I'm getting based on your amazing story, is that as far as you working with the ministry, are you currently doing that now?
Yes, I'm currently doing that now. I still do praise and worship every Sunday. And like I tell people, when I sing, when I minister, I don't sing for show. it's not entertainment to me. It's my life. It's a ministry. Because I tell people this all the time, and a lot of people might not understand this. I'm living off of borrowed time. I'm supposed to have been dead at 25.
Wow.
But I'm now 35. 10-year mark period.
Right.
And I'm so grateful unto God. That's why I write songs. That's why I produce songs. That's why I play songs, because it inspires me. There's one song that I wrote, and the name of the song is To Make It. And man, that song right there alone, you know, and in the song it says, Lord, please give me the strength I need. I'm having a rough time now. I need you to show me how to make it. And that's just part of the song that it sings. But when I was going through, I wrote, and I get to my keyboard, and I sit there, and I play, and I sing, and I'll cry. And that helped me. It helped me get over a lot of trials and tribulations just by singing and ministering. Be depressed, let me tell you, depression is a #1 killer. It will kill you because you think that you're all in your world all alone and nobody understands you. Baby, it's people out there that's been through way worse than you have.
Right.
Been way worse. But you are still standing. You still in your right mind to understand what's going on now, to make it out of what you're in now. So I always tell people, be encouraged. Don't never close down, shut down, and feel like you're just failing, because that's how I felt. But now my story is now speaking for me.
Yes, it is. It definitely is. Tanza, we're going to close out. Tell our audience where we could find you, what things you have going on in the future, and how can our audience and as well as ENSPIRE support you going forward.
Well, you guys, as I said before, now I'm a plus size model as well. You can find me on Instagram at LadyTaz81. You'll see all my shots and a lot of, personal pictures there. Follow me on there. Also, I'm on Facebook, Tanza Baker. On Facebook, you can follow me there. I'm on Twitter, LadyTaz81, once again. Go along this journey with me. I'm praying to go even much farther than where I am now. I thank God for this platform to where I am. Don't think that I'm taking all of this lightly. I'm so grateful and I'm so excited to where I am now. Because as I said before, I was once in the hospital in a sick bed. Now I'm sitting in a chair at ENSPIRE magazine doing an interview.
Yes.
So you guys come follow me. So I ask you guys to pray for me, that God will take me even further, to another platform, so people can know that you can make it. So y'all come follow me, and I pray that I can encourage you guys day by day or wherever I go, and I pray that I can inspire you guys even the more. Y'all be blessed and keep me in prayer.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tanza. We are so enlightened, so encouraged, and just more motivated to continue our mission to bring something to people and add on to some positivity that this world definitely needs. So
Absolutely.
we thank you, and on that note, ENSPIRE out.
Bye-bye, y'all.